Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to round 10 of the NORL F1 2017 Championship on the PlayStation 4. This weekend we are at round 10 at Silverstone for this race around the Silverstone circuit. The revamped Silverstone circuit, of course, has been revamped many times over the years and is out a different version, and it will be staying at this version for some time, I can imagine. So we're just getting our pre-stream things set up. We're getting the live chat up, so if you guys want to interact with us on the YouTube chat, we will try to reply to whatever questions we can when there's no action or anything along those lines going on. So last time out, let's talk about last time out. This man, KB Killerzone, who's in pit lane right now, was leading the race, but he had a penalty, and as it would stand, Chazza would win the race due to that penalty. He would then come across a Scottish driver by the name of Galactic Skull 2, who would try to lap, and Galactic Skull 2 was hunting down Nemesis Racing and would have absolutely none of it. He refused to let the leader pass many times, and until the point where the leader let him back past, and then it just became a whole mess. And the long story short is Galactic Skull 2 made collision with KB Killerzone and took him out of the race lead. Of course, KB Killerzone was going to lose the race anyway on penalties, but unfortunately it didn't give KB Killerzone the opportunity to try and maintain what was going to go on track, and that's why he's retired from the session today, because he has a qualifying ban for that incident. And in my opinion, he's very lucky to walk away with just a qualifying ban. I think he could have been handed a lot more, and if I was in charge, I probably would have handed him a lot more. But we move on, and that is the only penalty I believe we have to report for you today, so everyone else will be driving around normal as you like. And we have a group of 12 guys on the circuit today, not a full grid, it doesn't appear. That's unfortunate, but obviously other guys have commitments. There's still 9 minutes, so we could get some other guys going out towards the end of the session. So, as we watch Callum J. Spencer get ready to go out and do his lap, we can say that this is a man who we believe is quite handy around the circuit. He's been showing great times in time trial, and at one point was only 5/10 of a second off, I believe it was Nibbler's time with no setup. So Callum J. Spencer feeling confident. We never found out what time he did with a setup, but he'll be pushing on to try and get a good result. Today we're watching him on his qualifying lap. So while we're watching qualifying, you guys obviously all know how qualifying works yourselves. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go take a look at the drivers' standings and just report on them while we watch him go around. So JD7 leads the way then with 143 points ahead of a Maverick DC88. Maverick is now just 15 points behind JD. He's had a really poor run of form with 2 7th places and a 5th place in the last 3 races. Really needs a great run of form. JD, speaking of run of form, is on an amazing run. Had 3 wins in a row before a DNS at Austria would hurt him just a little bit. Chaz moves up into 3rd after taking that win. He's had reasonable form. 2 3rd places, a 6th and a 1st. Puts him right at the top of the battle with 118 points, just 10 points behind Maverick, so the top guys closing in on each other. And Chazza and Norfolk in 4th place, is tied on points with him, and Chazza's only currently ahead based on best result. So 118 points each for Chazza and Norfolk. They are tied on points going into this round, so whoever finishes better out of them two today will take 3rd in the championship. Nibbler looking like he's opting for a soft tyre strategy. I'll have to keep an eye on that one. What else do we have? KB Killerzone, of course, has 3 second places in a row, playing second fiddle to JD a little bit, has expressed his wishes of becoming JD's teammate, but really wanted to get involved in the championship, but unfortunately he had issues with the league and left the league for 2 races, which cost him, sits him down on 105 points. These are the last of the men on the triple digits. And then it's Callum J. Spencer behind them with 70 points. Callum J. Spencer has had a decent run, but so far his form has dropped quite a bit in the last few races, with a 6th, a 10th and a 7th. So that's your top 6 in the championship. Anil Tanovich 7th, ahead of Nibbler, ahead of Super Ninja Skills, Welsh Void and Ragnar. Those are your other guys that are actively competing in the championship and where they are at the moment. Excuse me. So, is this Maverick coming to set a lap? Round he will come. I believe he's going to go start a lap. We'll watch this lap with Maverick. He needs a good run of form. He's down in P8 at the moment. He seems to have lost a lot of pace. He had really good pace in the first half of the season, was looking like a genuine race winner every time out. And ever since Canada, he's not had that pace. So a bit unfortunate for Maverick to have lost so much pace lately. So I'm not sure what the reason for that one is, but Maverick has lost a lot of pace since Canada last time out. And he'll be looking to improve on that one, I'm sure. So if we just stand by just a moment for me, I'm going to quickly just change a party setting, which allows me to talk in the microphone the way I do. We're just trying to get that sorted out because the mic is picking up quite loudly, and I have a feeling we won't be doing just talking today. It's very likely that we will be doing a fair bit of shouting. So we're just going to turn the microphone down to try preserve the microphone quality. So apologies for that. We're still on board with Maverick, and he's scrubbed off on that lap and coming back into the pits. And it looks like pretty much everyone else in the pits right now. Chazza on a cooldown lap. And what is going on for Nibbler here? Taking it nice and slowly at the moment. Has Nibbler run out of fuel, I wonder? I think Nibbler has run out of fuel, yeah, on this lap, and that's gonna cost a lot of time, because he's got to drive all the way through Maggots and Beckett's and the Hanger Straight and Stone and stuff, all the way back to the pits on this little of fuel. That's gonna really suck and really put Nibbler under pressure when it comes to getting a lap done for another lap in the session. And Nemesis Racing going back out for a lap. KB Killer Zone is on provisional pole, but not by a lot. JD's going to come back out and try to take that off him, I'm sure. Is this Chazza on a lap? It looks like it, but it's not a very good one. So I think that was an out lap. But he's going to come back in, maybe a cooldown lap potentially then. But he's going on the soft tyre strategy, Chazza, once again, which is an interesting strategy indeed. He's always a big fan of the soft tyre strategy, is Chazza. A really, really big fan of it. Okie dokie, what else do we have? So JD looking like he's getting ready to go on the lap. Is that a new helmet design for JD? I like that. JD running a new helmet design for the British Grand Prix, black and red. Looks nice, very nice indeed. Norfolk Blue, sat up in P4 right now, reasonable for him. Calger, Spencer, Nibbler and Maverick are the other drivers out on a soft tyre strategy, and Nibbler finally gets back into the pit lane. He's got 3 minutes 25 seconds to get back into the pits, get everything changed, and get out again. And do a lap. So he's going to have to be a really fast out lap. We'll keep an eye on Nibbler because he's going to have to do effectively a flying lap. Let's keep our eye on Nibbler. Of course, keep our eye on JD and stuff as well. But keep the eye on Nibbler because he's an out lap, a fast lap, is about a 1:30. And he's got to get out within 1 minute 30 seconds and do a lap if he wants to continue in this session. So this is JD getting geared up for a race. This is a man that could take pole position. So let's buckle up for a ride around the Silverstone circuit with JD7. Chaz retires from the session, his day is done, but coming through turn 1, completely flat, full commitment from JD7, coming up into the turn 2, think now the turn 3, heavy on the brakes, down into 4th gear, slight lock up on the front right. He's now going to, you want to get this corner really pinched nice and tight, filter out to the apex on the outside. Now take as much curve as you dare through this next section, and it's flat out all the way down, DRS wide open, not getting too cocky on the rev limiter because you can lose a bit of the speed. Brake at the 100 meter board, try get it turned in as close to that apex as you can, the closer the better. Great stuff from JD. JD. He's now going to look for that apex on the inside, but he's going to be a bit wide. Tries to get the nose to bite back in. Heavy on the accelerator on the exit. You're now completely flat up until Cops, and Cops coming up will be a slight lift, maybe a downshift, depending on what aero setup you're running. We'll find out what JD is running, and it's going to be a completely flat. Great aero from JD. I know many drivers would not have been able to pull that off. They would have just understeered off and got the lap time valid, but he's so committed through Maggots and Beckett's too. Down into 5th gear, the wonderful section of corners through here, back on the hanger straight, flat out. DRS traffic ahead. Traffic shouldn't get in our way at this point. We should be home free. We're going to break at the 100-meter board in Stowe. You want to get as close to this apex as you can, and then use the speed to filter out to this outside apex. He's going to use all the apex and a bit more. Break at the 100-meter board and hope that this back marker doesn't get in the way. Front left lockup. A little bit caught out by the back marker. I think there is attention is on him. Round the final corner, and what lap time is it going to be for JD? 7. It's not enough. Oh no, it was enough. It was a 27, but it didn't count. So did JD get an invalid lap as Norfolk Blue now takes provisional pole position? Where's KB Killerzone on circuit? KB Killerzone's gearing up for a lap, but Norfolk Blue out of nowhere steals the pole position for now with a minute to go. The JD7 had an invalid lap time, and that's a retirement. JD's settling for 3rd on the grid, I think. Potentially? No, he's not. He was just going invisible. The game thought it was causing an obstruction. So for some reason, JD's lap time looked like it was invalid, and that's why he ended when he did. A lot of guys, now JD does retire. Is that rain? I might be seeing things. I'm seeing things a little bit, but I thought I saw some spits of rain. But a lot of drivers opting to retire. They think the track is past its best and can't go anywhere from there. So all the attention on this man, KB Killerzone. Will he be faster than Norfolk Blue on this lap to take his pole position back? Right now, Norfolk Blue holds pole position. 10 seconds to go. Diplo was unable to get out and get going again. He's settling for 6th place. Let's watch what this man can do around this section of corners. More full, flat-out commitment. These guys have got very good aero on the front of their cars through this section. How committed is he compared to JD7 through here? Looks like JD. Yeah, JD took that in. Oh, and he's ruined it. Game over. KB Killerzone's attack on pole position comes to an end. Norfolk Blue will take pole position then. And wow. All said and done, Norfolk came out of nowhere to take a surprise pole position. Great effort by Norfolk. He came out of nowhere, took it right at the death. Good job to Norfolk Blue. Your pole man then, ladies and gentlemen, is Norfolk Blue of Australia, still looking to take his first win of the season. He's yet to do it. Highest scoring place of 2nd, of course, in Australia and Barcelona. Could he finally break the duct? He's going to have to fight off two very fast drivers behind him from the little island that is Great Britain and Ireland. So here's the grid then. Norfolk Blue takes a pole position ahead of KB Killerzone and JD7. JD7 set it 27 as well, but it was a lap time invalid that cost JD on this occasion. Chazza will start 4th place, the highest starting driver of the soft tyres. Ragnar in 5th, great effort from him. He outqualifies Callum J. Spencer. Maverick and Nibble on the soft tyres start 7th and 8th. Super Ninja Skills 9th. 10th for Nemesis. And Eltanovic not setting a time, and neither is Galactic Skull due to his qualifying ban. So let's begin the British Grand Prix. Just getting ready for these drivers to go to the grid and begin their formation lap. So here we are, then Norfolk Blue leads them away for their formation lap, and away they will go. It's Some guys like a very fast formation lap, some like a rather slow one. But it's Norfolk Blue who took pole position. Bright sunny skies, no looks of rain. Unfortunately for the British Grand Prix this time out. Thankfully for the British fans, but none for the drivers to have to deal with today. So these two opting for a soft tyre strategy, both the Red Bull boys. Another poor qualifying performance from Maverick. Same can be said for Nibbler. Doesn't look like he's as quick as he was this time last season. Lost a little bit of pace. Maybe the cars potentially don't suit him as much. But our highest starting soft place driver is Chatter in the Mercedes, starting P4. Impressive. He's out-qualified 2 super soft runners in that one. So good pace from Chatter at his home Grand Prix. So this man was in a lot of trouble this time out last time. For sure. And he will be looking to stay a little bit under the radar this race in the nicest possible way. He'll want to get a good race underway, but of course at the same time he's in a lot of people's bad books, so he needs to be a little bit calm, not do anything silly, and hopefully get a good race underway. Super Ninja Skills has dropped a few positions off his grid spot, but he will retake them on the grid, of course, so that's all good. As Norfolk leads them around for the final time on the formation lap. And we will be with you for the race start. Here we are then, our drivers all lined up on the grid. We get ready for 5 red lights. Lights out and away they go. Who got a better start? The front where I feel it is Norfolk. Norfolk takes a healthy lead going into turn 1, but KB Killerzone looking like he's going to be under a bit of threat from JD. JD goes a little bit wide. Mercedes going very wide in the background. Chazza now looking for a potential move at the inside. Callum Spencer comes from an awful long way back on Chazza, makes contact with his side pod. We've got a Red Bull spinning in the background. That is Nibbler being spun around on these very early stages. And now Norfolk Blue under pressure already from KB Killerzone as the side by side going into this section of corners. JD has a great view of this all. Callum J. Spencer making a move on the Mercedes in the background as well. Callum J. Spencer up into 4th place, but he's gone wide. I just saw him go wide in the background. JD still trying to make an attack. Callum J. Spencer will drop back down into 5th position. Callum J. Spencer still on the offensive, trying to take that position away from the soft tyre starting Chazza, but it's KB Killerzone who leads after the early exchanges, and Norfolk will be doing all he can to get by. Look how close Maverick is to the back of Ragnar, almost pushing him along through Cops as we come into Maggots and Beckett's for the first time, and he's going to have to be sensible and back out of that one. And oh my goodness, that certainly got underway well, and it looks like this could be JD's opportunity to get past Norfolk up into slipstream. Will pull to the inside. I'm sure Norfolk doesn't look like he's going to make too much of a fight about it. He's going to have to hold it around the outside if he wants to. Great stuff by Norfolk, but Norfolk goes wide in doing that, and unfortunately JD had the better run, and the game was said and done straight away. But the first lap, and Norfolk has gone from 1st to 3rd. And they'll now face a little bit of pressure from Chazza in the background. We have Super Ninja Skills in the pit lane already. Is this a front wing change? And he's got a 5-second stop-go penalty. 2, ouch, for poor old poor old Super Ninja Skills. Has obviously lost a little bit of front wing. And as a result, look at Norfolk really struggling in these early stages with the car. It looks like something is not to his liking. Maybe the full fuel load. The car handles a little bit different, but it's really upsetting Norfolk right about now. But Chaz has done a great job to fight off the Super Soft early on. He's fought off the Super Soft driver of Callum J. Spencer very early on, and set the precedent that he's going to have to work really hard to overtake him for 4th position. He's really held his stuff well. JD is just 3 tenths of a second, 2.5 tenths now behind JD. We are about to see another swap for the lead as we come into Maggots and Beckett's. We will ride on board with the rear of KB Killerzone and just see how much JD had a better run through here in qualifying. Is that going to play into the race as well? Looks like they're pretty evenly matched. But JD will have a little bit of slipstream, and I'm sure he'll be pumping up the revs as well. And we'll see what the situation is on that one coming into Stir. But it looks like KB Killerzone's going to be just fine. Just fine for now. Super Ninja Skulls is out. Oh, he's out. Big crash into the wall for Super Ninja Skills. Not sure what has happened there, but he's out in the wall. A tyre on the front right has been completely ripped off. DNF. And Super Ninja Skulls is out on lap 3. And there is a safety car deployed on lap 3 of this British Grand Prix. Oh my goodness, it all happened so quickly. Let's try a recap of what was going on as we get Anil Tanovic in the pits. What was going on so early is we had a kerfuffle at the start with all the top 3 doing battle. Callum J. Spencer trying to take 4th position too. Didn't really work out for him on the occasion, and somewhere during all of that, it may have been the contact with Nibbler that saw Nibbler spinning around. Nibbler will be very happy that the safety car is out. It brings him right back into the race, but at the same time, there was contact somewhere. Potentially it was the contact with Nibbler that cost Super Ninja Skills his front wing. He then came into the pit lane and had a 5-second stop go penalty for speeding on the entry, and that cost him as well. And he's obviously come out trying to push on their medium tyres the best he can, and has just wrecked it and lost his front right rear, the white striped tyre, but not the front white tyre. It's I guess well, we're not completely wrong, but look at these guys getting very impatient behind this safety car. The Mercedes AMG GT, the lovely safety car of choice for the Formula 1 series, leads a Ferrari powered engine, so you can take a little bit of a breather and just recollect them chaotic few laps. Unfortunately, we can't give you any replays, but Callum J. Spencer very eager to get underway at the very start and try and get past that soft tyre. Excuse me, the soft tyre looked like it took a little bit longer to warm up than Callum J. Spencer's super soft tyre. And that was half of the reason. Is that JD going into the pits? He's certainly thinking about it, but he's not going to. Callum J. Spencer is there. A move from Callum J. Spencer to go into the pits. He's been followed by another car of Nemesis Racing, and a 5-second stop-go penalty for Callum J. Spencer. Oh, and another one! 10-second stop-go penalty. Oh, he picks up 10 seconds for ignoring yellow flags and then having a collision with Nemesis. The collision with Nemesis one needs to be reversed, in my opinion, and Nemesis gets a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. But in my opinion, that one, the second 5-second stop-go penalty, needs to be reversed. It really needs to be reversed for Spencer as he comes out of the pit lane then, after serving that. But Callum J. Spencer, no, he can't have saved that. He must have just been held really badly by the Renault. But the second of penalties for Callum J. Spencer needs to be reversed, in my opinion. It wasn't severe contact at all. Nemesis Racing came in too hot and hit him. I'm sure he'll be taking that to the stewards, but in my opinion, that penalty needs to be reversed for Callum J. Spencer. Not deserving of that penalty at all. It was obviously an in-game penalty that's just too harsh, and didn't need to be a penalty at all. It was just, but unfortunately he did speed in the pit lane. Rules are rules, and it's so easy to just get that wrong. That's a black and white rule. There's no arguing a speeding in the pit lane penalty, because it's a set rule. Your speed's been monitored the whole time. The minute you go a mile an hour over, it's over for you. So obviously you didn't slow down in time. And unfortunately for Spencer, the first penalty is deserved, but the second is not, in my opinion. This man will be very thankful for a safety car after being spun out around turn 1. And Galactus scored 2 up to 7th. We said he wanted to stay under the radar. He's definitely done that and made some positions. A great effort from the sole Toro Rosso driver today. So we're waiting on confirmation for when that safety car is going in. We'll know when the safety car goes in when them lights go out and he starts pulling away. And there you go. He's pulling away there. The safety car will be in this lap. Callum J. Spencer caught up to this group yet? Yes, he has. Look how much they're being backed up here by KB Killerzone. This is absolutely ridiculous. KB Killerzone is holding them up to a whole nother level, and we're about to see some crazy overtaking as a result of this. I can see it coming. Wait for KB Killerzone to pounce. He's going to try catch them off guard. and everyone's going to catch each other. Look at this. They're all, and there he goes. There goes the pounce from KB Killzone. He's going to get going. Ragnar makes a move on Maverick as a result of that, and it looks like KB Killzone came up under a little bit of threat. Not enough though. DRS enabled straight away. Massive moves going on. Maverick makes the move back on Ragnar, gets the job done. Maverick makes the move while Nemesis Racing picks up a penalty for cutting the track, and that was some major holding going on there as the Red Bull tries to overtake the Toro Rosso. No in-team orders in this game though. These are two completely separate teams, and the Red Bull will not simply ask for ways. He tries to do a Ricardo S dive bomb on the Toro Rosso. The Toro Rosso gets psyched out, goes wide, and surrenders the position. He's now going to come under threat from this man, and Jaw. He's going to try go all the way around the outside. Look at his lovely side on camera. Still side by side. This is awesome to watch. He gets the job done, and I'm sure that Nemesis Racing will be the next one to try his luck on the battle with the Scotsman in the Toro Rosso. But now Nemesis goes wide and lets Callum J. Spencer through. He's on the grass. He's going to have to do everything he can to keep hold of it. Keeps a hold of it for now. That's incredible stuff. And now side by side, and Colin McAllister is having some connection issues here, which will be a bit worrying for the drivers around him. He's just sort of rubber banding, and it looked like he hit Nemesis, but Colin McAllister's internet is a bit dangerous at the moment, and maybe needs looking at as Ragnar goes. Ragnar into the wall, very lucky not to DNF, just got on the curb and it spit him across the circuit. So lucky not to lose a wheel or anything like that, but instead he'll drop all the way down to last and need to get that damage repaired. He just got on the curb and it fired him back across the track. Nothing he could have done. Game over, lights out. KB Killzone sets the fastest lap in the race as he tries to escape JD. It's the first time he's gone head to head with him in some time for a race win, so he really needs to do his best and get past him. A little bit of a lock-up for Norfolk Blue. Look how impressive these soft tyres are, by the way. The soft tyres keeping up with the Superstars, although this is like the second lap after a safety car. But no signs of Chazza being dropped by the Supersoft users at all. So incredible scenes by the soft tyre to get all the way and battle with the Supersoft guys. 20 laps to go. And a lot of chaos has happened already. As poor old Ragnar will see himself in the pit. And all his hard work undone. What a time to lose it all right after the safety car. It couldn't have happened before the safety car and he caught back up. No, Karma's always a way, finds a way. He must have upset somebody today, and Karma's really punished him for something. But not a lot of time separating the top guys, as you can see. About a second separates the leaders, and I'm sure Chaz is going to have a bit of DRS on Norfolk Blue down the start finish straight. I think Norfolk will have some DRS as well. Colin McAllister picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. They will be for track extending and corner cutting and the like. And he sees himself in last position, all but Ragnar, who had to pit for that. This is the battle right now. McLaren chasing down Haas. Welshman chasing down Irishman. While the Ferrari watches in the background. The Ferrari's trying to keep up with these guys, and the Mercedes behind him is trying to keep up. Nemesis Racing into the pits. Is this damage for Nemesis Racing, or is this a serve a drive-through penalty? Kind of feel it will be. The number 69 Renault comes into the pit lane to serve that penalty. A lot of maturity, for sure, with the Nemesis Racing car. I'm definitely not laughing at any immaturity in that number choice. Definitely a great number choice in every aspect. But anyway, the top three pretty close. Mercedes not too far behind on the soft tyre. Chaz is one to keep your eye out for when it comes to the pit stop phases, for sure. And Altanovic 5/10 of a second behind Nibbler right now. Really pushing that one. Closest gap we have currently is now back at the top. JD is taking about 3/10 of a second of KB Killzone on this lap. Very spread out, these guys. Although they're close to spread out, they're not bumper to bumper. Well, they don't have bumpers, so wing to wing. But JD's pushing so hard. Look how much time Chazza has gained on Norfolk Blue through the S-bed sections. Is he going to go for a move up the inside? He'll have to be very late on the brakes if he's going to go for it. 3/10 of a second separates him. Getting a lot of time, but was unable to go anywhere with it. But that's really interesting that the Mercedes on the soft tyre is being able to take the challenge to the Ferrari on the super soft tyre. So it's showing that the soft tyre is a really, really good tyre at the moment, and it's taking the battle to the super soft runners. And definitely a dark horse in this race. Chazza always loving a little bit of the alternate strategy, and it's won him a lot of races this season, so he could do the same here today in Silverstone. Battle for the lead down 6/10. Look how defensive KB Killerzone's going. JD doesn't feel the need to follow him over to the side of the circuit, and just maintains his racing line as KB Killerzone swerves for nobody really. He's defending against thin air, and he will have actually cost himself a bit of timing doing that at the moment. As you can see, the gap down to 3.5 tenths of a second. JD getting ready to pounce on the Haas of KB Killerzone 22. KB Killerzone, the subject of a lot of controversy over the last 2 rounds. Will he make it a third in some way? We must say that none of the 2 incidents and controversy have been his fault, as Galactical 2 has disconnected, I believe that is, and may be done for today. Still a little bit too far back with DRS, a little bit more aero than the Haas, unable to compromise on that. Unable to capitalise, on that. The world's fastest gamer sticker on the side of McLaren of a very fast gamer. Not sure if he's the world's fastest, but he's certainly one of the fastest, if not the fastest we currently have in the league this season. And he's pushing all he can to take first place away from KB Killerzone. Really close racing this. Great stuff. He'll have another bite of the cherry in terms of DRS down this start-finish straight. Will he be able to do anything? He goes very, very defensive again. Just JD's not able to get close, is he? How's Chazza doing? Chazza unable to get close to his target as well. So it seems, although there's a lot of DRS available, it seems... Oh, look at this! This has been JD's best opportunity for a while, but coming into Cops... Is he going to be able to do anything through Cops? I'm not sure he is. Oh, very, very wide for JD7. As he gets in the dirty air, it forces him wide. So close between these 2 drivers. So close. And unfortunately, JD can't get close where it matters, it seems. He'll have DRS once again. Chazza has DRS in the background. Anywhere to go with it? No. Runs out of road. Same story for Chazza behind, but Chazza takes it down to 2.5 tenths. Chazza will be feeling a move coming. And KB Killerzone pits, as does Norfolk. So these guys going into the pits, getting to work on their pit stops. JD is going to continue going on the super soft, and Chazza is obviously going to continue on the soft. So we'll watch these pit stops while them guys continue. Will either of these hold each other? They're quite separated in the pit lane, so it's possible. Is Norfolk in his pit box? Yes, he is. Norfolk on the medium tyre gets released. Soft tyre, no, medium tyre, I think. That was for KB Killerzone. Yeah, these guys plan to go to the end. I've driven the medium tyre in this league in these cars, and the medium tyre, I can say, sucks in the nicest possible way. It's a really, really poor tyre, so the opportunity for Chazza to take the win on that soft tyre strategy very apparent now. These guys have opted to go on the mediums. The medium is a terrible tyre and really, really, really slow, so they'll have to see what they can do for sure. So the question now is, when does JD respond? Because JD's got to respond soon enough. Great start by Anil Tanovic, by the way. 7 positions gain. Great effort by him. 2 of them have pitted, of course. Callum Spencer picks up another penalty. Multiple warnings. He's really had a bad day in the office. He's up to about 13 seconds in penalty right now. So his day is pretty much on the threat. Here we go then. JD7 is going to pit and is going to try minimise whatever he can against the undercut by KB Killerzone. KB Killerzone triggered the undercut. So where's KB Killerzone? He's just getting on the back straight now. Meanwhile, JD, long pit lane at Silverstone. Going to be very painful to watch if you're a JD supporter right now. He's going to go for the mediums as well. KB Killerzone exits in store on the run to the chicane. JD's left the pit box. I think JD might have this. I think JD is at a pretty good stop. We'll soon find out. KB Killerzone on the start-finish straight. JD just leaving the pit lane now. It's going to be very tight. Here's JD. Where's KB? KB's just passed. And he is passed back into net first, behind Chazza, who's now in first. He's still going to continue on the soft tyres, as is Maverick, and as is Nibbler a bit further back on these guys too. But Maverick has gained a lot of time on Chazza. He wasn't this close, so Chazza may have made a mistake. Maverick's really been saving his pace until this stage in the race. But apart from Chazza, this is your battle for the lead, unless Chazza has anything to do with it. Lovely camera shot, and the battle resumes, this time out on the medium tyres. A lot of compounds harder. That is a big corner cut for JD7. He will have got a warning for that, I am 1,000,000% sure. Huge corner cut. Probably the biggest I've seen since Max Verstappen's. Ooh, and KB Killerzone ahead is just getting a little bit wild. Norfolk watching all of this in the background, of course. Wondering when it's going to end in tears. Norfolk hoping it ends in tears. Chazza continues out on his way. He's extended the gap to Maverick once again. But JD7 looking to put the pressure on KB Killerzone and take the win from him here. He didn't have the pace in qualifying to do it. Has he got the pace in the race to do it? I'm sure we'll find out. These guys pushing all the time. Never giving up. Got a yellow flag in sector 3. Can we see who that is? There's a brief yellow flag wherever it was. Someone just going for a little bit of an adventure over a runoff area, I'm sure. JD on the DRS in the slipstream. Nowhere to go. Close for these guys, very close indeed. Definitely the most interesting battle we got on the circuit, because this could be for the win at some point later in the race. This could be where the win gets decided. KB Killerzone's been in a lot of controversy over the last 2 races. I'm sure he will be wanting to stay out of any today. Ironic that he's driving the Haas, because many drivers have described him as the Kevin Magnussen of the league, where not a lot of guys get on with him, not a lot of guys get along with him, his driving style, but I'm sure he doesn't care what the other drivers think of him. He's out here to win races, and he's challenging for a race win right now, so he's doing a great job, I'm sure. Heavy on the brakes for JD7. Nibbler picks up a time penalty. Very harsh penalties here at Silverstone for sure. KB Killerzone says the fastest lap of the race on the medium tyre. That is really, really something. These guys are absolutely flying. They just beat the fastest lap times they set on the super softs, which were like 2 compounds softer. So guys really are flying at the moment. And it seems that JD is able to get close to KB Killerzone, but he's unable to do anything when he gets into the overtaking opportunities. He's just always a bit too far back on the overtaking opportunity. But they're nose to tail, and JD has nowhere to go with it. He can get close to him in these sectors, but when it matters, he just can't get close enough. And that's getting really frustrating for JD at the moment, as he follows him through Copse Corner. Both completely flat in 8th. Who gets the better run out of Maggots and Beckett's? You'd think the car without the dirty air would. Like KB Killerzone will run a tad deeper. Is this the opportunity for JD? JD looks like he's got the better run. We're about to find out. Is this the run? He's going to have to look to the outside if he wants to do anything with it. Doesn't quite have the brakes to do it, but he gets very close on the exit, and I'm sure he'll challenge into the chicane. He's going to have to do it the long way around. Contact between the two, I think. I think they banged wheels, and KB Killerzone stays ahead for now, but the gap is basically non-existent. KB Killerzone got a pretty poor run through Stone. That put him under pressure coming into the chicane. Is he going to be under pressure coming into turn 1? Definitely not. The king that can some people can consider turn 2. No. Turn 3 potentially. Looks to the outside. Double lock up for JD7. Unable to go anywhere with it. Turn 4 now. Looks to the outside. Again, nowhere to go with it. Looks to the inside. The attack is over for now, but it's about to resume with a bit of DRS for JD, I'm sure. This is going to be interesting to watch. JD pulls to the inside. Oh, contact between the two. KB Killazone drifts around that corner at the end of the straight. And that's brought Norfolk into the frame now. Absolutely incredible stuff between these guys. JD's going to give it another go around the outside of Cox. Surely not. Surely he's got to get the move done before they get to Cox, so he's going to have to back out. Wow! Guys, side by side, JD7 gets forced off the road and forces to submit. Look how close they are through Maggis and Beckis, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the decider of your race win. Norfolk Blue now getting involved as well. He's going to lay DRS of JD. JD's going to get DRS of KB Killazone. This is an absolutely incredible spectacle of racing going on at the Silverstone International Circuit in Silverstone, England, of course. The run up to the hairpin chicane again, and KB Killazone has survived an attack of the Wolves very early on in this medium stint, and wow, what a crazy racing spectacle that was. It's not over yet, but we got to have a minute, at least 1 minute, to grab our breath and get ready for when it goes again. Wow, incredible racing between these three. Excuse me, I was forced to take a drink there because of how wild it really was. And JD7 on the offensive again, gets DRS. Norfolk gets DRS off JD7. If this falls apart like it did last time, Norfolk will definitely get an opportunity. So they're being a bit more cautious on this opportunity, and that's going to be an intimidating sight in KB Killazone's rear wing. And they just tapped. I think JD realised it was his fault, and JD surrendered the position and didn't go through on that occasion. But KB Killazone getting a little bit psyched out and wondering where to defend. Norfolk goes very wide in the background, and yeah, for sure, getting really interesting between these guys. Chazza pits. Chazza is in the pit lane now. Then it's a long journey into the pit lane, and how will this play off for him? Is this battle going to help Chazza? Has Chazza noticed the battle on the gaps and taken the opportunity to pit as a result? It'll be close between Chazza coming out and these guys coming, especially if they're going to continue battling the way they are. They're just sort of following each other at the moment. Big lock-up for JD7. Where's Chazza in the pit lane? He's left his pit box and he's trundled into the end of the pit lane. I think these guys are going to pass him. I think he's left it too long. The pass nibbler as he battled through turn 1. Here comes Chazza, late to the party, but crucially on the super soft tyres, and we'll go to the end on a cheaper compound, on a softer compound. Wow, look how close these guys are. We're getting ready for a white knuckle battle once again. Down the straight we go. DRS open for JD7, DRS open for Norfolk. JD's going to try do it around the outside. Surely not. Is Norfolk going to think anything of that? No, he's not. Chazza really closing in on this battle in the background. JD looking for a move around the outside of the hairpin. Surely not going to happen on that opportunity. Norfolk tucks in tight, tries to get a better run. Is that going to work for him? He gets a bit of a decent run. Following nose to tail to these guys. Incredible scenes. How close they all are. Bumper to bumper to bumper. Nose to tail, nose to tail, nose to tail. And now, this man, Chazza's closed right in on fresh super soft tyres. This guy's got 3 cars to battle through. To take the potential win of this race. Maverick now pits, but I don't think he's in the frame for a win at the moment. Here we go then. The battle resumes. 4-car battle. Chazza looks at the inside. Surely not. And now Norfolk going to look for an inside. Absolutely crazy shot on the camera. And now he gets a poor run, which allows Chazza to try and go around the outside. Chazza's going to try and go around the outside of the chicane, I'm sure. And what a move from Chazza on the bed of rubber. He gets the move done in the chicane around the outside of Norfolk. What an incredible manoeuvre. Now JD7 will have to go head-to-head with KB Killazone. Once again, look how close they are through turn 1. Coming into turn 3 now. Close battling, absolutely great, and this is for the win of the race, folks. The top 2 are yet to stop. This is the battle for the lead. Look how great this battle is. And now JD7 really going in on KB Killazone. Surely this is the opportunity with DRS. KB Killazone goes a little bit defensive, but I think it's too late. Is JD going to get the move done? Down the inside, locks of the tyres, job done. KB Killazone will try to find it. Contact! correct, and JD7 goes wide and loses a handful of positions, and now Chazza on the much softer compound tyre will get involved, and my throat is collapsing on me. It's the absolute chaos of this battle. Great stuff. JD7 still not giving up and battling with Norfolk Blue coming into the Maggots and Beckett's complex. Absolutely crazy stuff today, and wow, what an incredible race this has been, and this is the battle for the lead, and it's so exciting. What does Chazza have? He's got fresh rubber, of course, and he's now going to try go around the outside in Stowe. Surely not! What another fantastic move from Chazza to take the provisional net lead of the race. Fantastic! As Anel Tanovic pits, it's only Callum J. Spencer now that stands in their way of this being the battle for the lead. But JD will be a little bit furious with KB Killazone for that contact. What a move by Chazza. He's made two fantastic moves, and if he wins here today, he fully deserves it. Great battling between these four, all battling for the win of the race. Great stuff. Phenomenal driving. The battling dies down just a little bit. We can calm down just a little bit. Absolutely incredible scenes. I can feel my throat breaking there, but it was so much worth. It was really great to battle. I've been commentating so long today. I commentated for 4 hours earlier, so the throat was definitely warmed up, but it wasn't prepared for that. It's been a day of screaming, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. Coming to Cops, JD7 will be eager to get back up there and take that position from KB Killazone. He'll be furious and going to the stewards after it, I'm sure, because the margins are so fine and the points are so fine that he'll be wanting to get on the action as soon as possible. And Norfolk on the grass, is that the opportunity that JD7 needed? He'll get a better run, but we know JD's running high aero. He struggled to pass KB Killazone in a straight line because of that high aero. But what is the situation between himself and Norfolk? And it'll be close, I'm sure. Chazza has been a driver that has improved massively, and the moves he's pulled off today have been nothing short of amazing. As the battle between Norfolk and JD continues, look how close these guys are. Oh, there goes the move! Contact! He pushes Norfolk just a little bit off the corner. Now we'll try go around the outside, and now he's going to try get the switch back going into the next corner. Not going to happen. Has to surrender that position. Wow, JD getting a little bit impatient, but now he gets DRS, as does Norfolk get DRS on KB Killazone ahead. Around the outside, potentially for JD7 on this opportunity. Not really going to happen. Looking to the inside, not going to happen. Norfolk shuts the door in his face, and that is not the word I was looking for, but I'm sure it's a name that JD will be calling Norfolk for not getting out of the way at the moment. Into Cops they come, and Maverick closing in on the battle in the background. Here they go then. The battle will continue into Maggots and Beckett's, I'm sure. Who gets the better run out of the final section to get the run of DRS into Stowe? KB Killazone's driving away the whole time from this battle. Battle between Norfolk and JD this time, but Maverick in the background closing in on this battle could make this a bit spicy once again. 7 laps to go in the NORL Round 10 United Kingdom round of the championship. Callum J. Spencer pits, and Chazza will take the lead from him, and I'm sure Callum J. Spencer will drop behind all these guys because he's got huge penalties to serve for multiple incidents earlier on in the race. JD7 really trying to put the pressure on Norfolk Blue here. Looks around the outside. That'd be bold if he could do that, but it looks like he's opting for the switchback. Gets a bit of a better run. Now another switchback potentially for JD. Yes, that's exactly what he's looking for. Can't get the power down though. Tyre's just a little bit tired out. Unable to get on that one. Really close as we ride on the nose cam. Absolutely incredible stuff. These guys are so close together, and there he goes. JD7 tries to move up the inside once again. Into the hairpin they go, and there you go. The move is done for JD. Great move by JD. Incredible scenes, and there you go. The job is done for JD. He's up in the third, and he'll have said about that Haas in front of him, and now Maverick! Maverick's come out of nowhere. The Red Bull going to challenge into Cops up the inside. Job done for him potentially. And he does get the job secure, and he's just been watching that battle, has Maverick, the entire time. waiting for his opportunity to strike. Just been waiting, and now he's finally got the move done on Norfolk Blue. Great stuff. And now he'll set about potentially a podium on the cards then for Maverick. The soft tyre strategy was definitely a lot better here today. We have a great charge coming from both Chazza and Maverick. Maverick will have to get past JD and KB Killazone to get second place. I'm sure that's what he's aiming to do, but he's only going to have 5 laps to do it. Much younger, much softer tyres though on the Red Bull. And I'm sure he'll be wanting to get past JD in no time at all. You just see in the background we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. It's just Galactic Skull 2 getting out of the way. Absolutely incredible stuff. Maverick really starting to pressure JD a little bit now. DRS will be in effect for Maverick now. Surely he's going to have an opportunity going up the inside at the end of the straight. Will he have the bottle on the brakes? Yes, he will. Dive bomb up the inside. Red Bull looks to the inside. The McLaren squeezes him as much as he can. Gets the position held. Really good stuff by JD, but you can see the back end of the McLaren squirming. The McLaren doesn't have a lot of grip left. And we saw just how much grip the Supersoft has compared to the mediums as he was able to got the inside of Cops on Norfolk Blue on the previous lap. Is he going to do the same again? It's going to be really close. Slight corner cut for JD7. Is this going to be a move into Mackes and Beckett? Surely not. This is going to be incredible stuff if they go side by side. Contact between the two. And he's forced to cut the corner. JD cuts the corner. Rejoins the track ahead of him. Maverick will be screaming he needs to give the position back. But JD in a similar situation to the F1 Esports final. There was contact between the two. JD forced to cut the corner on that one. Not sure how them guys will view that. But yeah, wow, incredible stuff. The move was on. The barrel went into Maggots and Beckett's. They banged tyres and JD felt the need to cut the corner as they made contact. Not sure how Maverick and JD will view that incident. I'm sure we'll hear about that in the steward's office potentially. But Maverick's still on the attack on JD, wants that third position. JD wants the third position as well though, so they're going to have to fight for it. 4 tenths of a second separates them coming onto lap 22. 4 laps remain. Chazza has the lead of your race. KB Killazone will be the next target for Maverick if he can get past JD7. Here we go once again then. We can ride on board with the rear of the McLaren. Maverick, another move being sized up potentially? No, not on that occasion. Great battling going on between Maverick and JD right now. 4 laps of this to come yet, ladies and gentlemen. What's the gap to? There you can see KB Killazone ahead, so if Maverick gets this done, he's got a very real opportunity of going for second, but he needs to get this done quick and clean. And surely not, they're not going to go for it again in Maggots and Beckett's, are they? They're really going to push it, and he's almost pushing JD along through Maggots and Beckett's. He needs to just relax a little bit and get the better exit out the final section and DRS it. But he was almost pushing him through. That's how much tyre life he has in comparison to JD7. It's getting really close in these final stages of the race. Battle for third going on right now. A mix of strategies. The soft to super soft tyre strategy was definitely the better than super soft to medium for sure, as that is showing. They're actually closing up on JD, on KB Killazone, and just a little bit. So if Maverick can get past, he's definitely got the opportunity of second here today. But that's the key question. Can he get past? Very good opportunity, the best he's had for a while. We'll look to the inside. JD's going to squeeze him just a little bit. Gets the job done down the inside. JD will try to cut back and go around the outside. But Maverick's there on the inside. The side camera shows. Oh, that was definitely Hand of Rage. But Maverick, never in contact. And now the side by side. Who has the DRS? JD got awarded the DRS. And Maverick will be furious. How did JD get the DRS? He'll be screaming in the high. Down the inside. Great dive bomb from Maverick. Gets the job done on JD. And the move is finally done. And my throat is finally done. But now the Englishman will set about chasing down KB Killazone if he can hold off the assault from JD7. I'm sorry, we just had to take a drink as JD7 really tried it around the outside of Cops. Surely not going to happen and had to withdraw from that one. Is the job done? Because the tyre life for Maverick will surely be a lot better than it is for JD. What is the gap to KB Killazone? That's the next one. You can just see the little speck of them in the background. Has JD got DRS? He has, but he's not able to assault Maverick with it. I had a feeling we'd be shouting a lot today, guys, and we did. What a race. Thank you so much for this racing action provided for me to commentate today, guys, because Austria, until the controversy arguably was a bit of a bore fest. But now with 2 laps to go, can this man close the gap and overtake KB Killazone? He's got the tyre life to do it, you'd think. Chaz are out comfortably in the lead at the moment. Great racing. If you're just watching us, you've just missed an absolute chaotic series of laps. Nibbler today just had a bit of a difficult race. It's just not happened for him. He got taken out in turn 1. Not sure if he got damage from that, but the safety car brought him back into it. He's just played the wrong strategy, I think, for Nibbler today. So just a bit of a struggle to answer your question on that one. Nibbler's just had a bit of a poor run out today. He's had a bit of a poor form this season. He's struggling to get into these cars, I think. But yeah, I get what you mean. He was definitely a very quick driver last time out, last season, but struggling a little bit to get to grips with these cars potentially this season. Is that gap coming down to the guy ahead of him? I'm not sure it is. There's 2.5 seconds between Maverick and KB Killazone. These are what your tyres look like. We'll get the full telemetry up for you guys. And let's just compare fuel. Oh, KB Killazone in lean, saving fuel, as Maverick's got quite a lot of fuel to play with. 2.2 seconds. We'll have this lap and the next lap. Could be very close. Very close. 2.1 seconds. Does Maverick have enough tyre life to catch that KB Killazone car? Because we could see a last lap move if it does. Incredible racing going on here then. And Maverick will have to push to catch KB Killazone. Will he catch him in time though? Because the gap's gone back down to 2.7. So it's looking like Maverick's tyres have just reached the cliff to the point where he's not able to push and close down the gap to second. JD's following him the whole time. We're going to drop down to the battle between Nibbler and Ragnar right now. How close are these guys? Not very close, but it looks like this is Nibbler who's come out on the super soft tyres to get ahead of Ragnar. But I'm assuming Nibbler's just going to drive away on the much fresher tyres. In the nicest possible way. Thank God the action's died down a bit, so I don't have to scream at the top of my lungs. But Chazza done a masterclass of strategy. It's a really great overtaking moves to be where he is today. KB Killazone won't be happy with second. I'm pretty sure this will be something like his 4th second place in a row. Had the opportunity to win today, but the soft tyre to super soft tyre strategy was definitely the superior one. Final lap begins then, and it looks like everything is settled and the order decided. Unless KB Killazone goes off the cliff this lap, I'm not sure Maverick can catch him. Of course, we'll keep watching just in case. KB Killazone is in lean, trying to save fuel, and Maverick is going max res where he can to try to close that gap. Anil Tanovic is closing in on Norfolk Blue this lap. Another man on the super soft tyres trying to attack a medium runner. Has Norfolk gone off the cliff because he's dropped significantly off the rear of JD7. This could be the last lap move we was looking for. Maverick is now put the gap under 2 seconds to KB Killazone. So it looks like the medium tyres are just starting to give out right around now. But it's been a crazy old race. And this man pulled off a strategic masterclass. Pulled off some incredible moves to get the job done. And what an incredible feat for him today as he comes around the corner for the final time. Chazza will take the win in Silverstone from KB Killazone. The gap is so it looked like the gap got down, but unfortunately he was unable to go anywhere with it. KB Killazone takes the gap and wins with it with a 4 second places in a row for KB Killerzone. Maverick comes up third, a good drive from him, 7th to 3rd. JD will finish 4th, Norfolk Blue 5th, Anil Tanovic 6th, Callum Spencer 7th, Nibbler 8th, Ragnar 9th, and Nemesis Racing rounds out your top 10. But a strategic masterclass by Chazza today. Pulled off the absolutely perfect strategy. It was no short of perfect, and pulled off 2 amazing around the outside manoeuvres to get past them. He optimised the best rubber, and he fully deserves that. That is definitely his win. Congratulations to Chazza. That will really help him in the championship, because going into this round he was on 118 points, just 10 points behind Maverick. And Maverick finishes, so Chazza gains 10 points on Maverick today, which means I'm pretty sure them two are going to be tied on points. Second place, he's gone from being tied for 3rd to tied for 2nd. Great racing between the two of them. Been an absolute pleasure of racing here out at Silverstone today. And Chazza wins it, puts himself tied 2nd with Maverick for the 2nd place in the championship. Great racing by everyone today. Really great to watch. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and it's been a pleasure commentating as usual for the NORL round 10 in the United Kingdom. Thank you for watching, guys, and until next time, round 11, we will see you in the Hungaro ring. Join us then, and goodbye.